The European Court of Human Rights, for the first time ever, has labeled treatment by the CIA as torture, and they're doing it in the case of German citizen Khaled El-Masri, who was tortured by CIA agents almost a decade ago. We have a quote from James Goldston, the executive director of the Open Society Justice Initiative. He says that the Grand Chamber of the European Court of Human Rights unanimously found that Mr. El-Masri was subjected to forced disappearance, unlawful detention, extraordinary rendition outside of any judicial process, and inhumane and degrading treatment.
They left out, just in that little quote, what they could have thrown in there, which is always important to remember regarding the El-Masri case, a little sodomy.
A little bit of sodomy,
A little bit of sodomy.
And one other important facet, after we beat him, we sodomized him, we tortured him, we realized, oops, we got the wrong guy. And the CIA released him, saying, yes, he was innocent.
4 months he was held, I think, over, longer, 5 total, I think like a month in this black site in Macedonia, and then another 4 months when he was sent to Afghanistan.
Yeah, and held after they knew that he was innocent.
That's the other interesting part. Not only did they torture him, but after they realized he was innocent, they continued to hold him for a significant period of time. Well, because then you'd have to admit, oops, we tortured the wrong guy.
I honestly, every time I read that story, I wonder if they were hoping he'd just die.
Maybe.
And by the way,
because I'm sure we didn't kill anybody innocent.
Well, we know we did in Iraq.
No, we know. Well, we know. Right.
In prisons.
We know we did in Afghanistan. We know we did at Bagram.
Yeah. And by the way, his wife didn't know where he'd gone, thought he'd run off with a mistress or something.
Yeah.
I mean, when they make you disappear, you literally disappear off the face of the earth. They don't send your family a notice. And so they thought that he was up to something that was no good, and then he shows back up and he says, no, you don't understand, the CIA kidnapped me, tortured me, sodomized me. They're like, sure they did.
Sure. What's her name?
Right. And he's like, no, they did. And now it has been absolutely positively confirmed, and we have a ruling on it. So I suspect that in order to work with our top allies in Europe, we are now arresting everyone involved in that operation.
Some of the context around this that'll be happening in the next week, the U.S. Senate's Select Committee on Intelligence is expected to vote soon on a massive 3-year review of more than 6 million pieces of information related to torture and the effectiveness of enhanced interrogation techniques, although there's a possibility that Republican members on the committee, although they're a minority, might block it from ever being voted on. Because it's expected to say that it was not successful in achieving anything.
It was a 3-year review, 6,000 pages. They did conclude that torture did not lead to capturing bin Laden. And the Republicans are saying they're mad because, one, that it didn't include enough information. They reviewed 6 million documents. Okay, and then number 2, they said they should have had the CIA clear it. It's a report about the CIA. Okay, so I mean, it's literally comical. And of course,
an internal investigation into a cop shooting. They should just let the cop involved in the shooting look it over before they release it.
And if they don't, then it's obviously political gamesmanship.
Totally,
it would be impolite to not let them sit in a room by themselves with a black marker for just a few minutes before they hit it back.
Right. And so there is no dispute that A, we did torture, and B, it did not lead to killing bin Laden. And there's a third component of it that we don't discuss enough. Look, you know, El-Masri was the wrong guy, so everybody gets it. Oh my God, I can't believe we sodomized the wrong guy, right? Okay, right. And then there's now people are having this debate of, well, did it lead to bin Laden? And no, it didn't lead to bin Laden's capture. Okay, but we're forgetting something. It's deeply immoral, even if it did work. It doesn't work, so it's useless and immoral, right?
It's funny that I feel like we always need to go to the it didn't work argument because the immoral argument has no effect on people.
I hope at least that it is penetrating the public conscious at least a little bit. It was even lampooned on Always Sunny in Philadelphia. They said that it's so effective that you can get people to admit to things they've never done. Right. So even they're making fun of it.
I mean, look, my favorite fact about that is with Khalid Sheikh Mohammed, they waterboarded him 183 times. If it actually worked, would you have to do it 183 times?
By the way, Khalid Sheikh Mohammed, who had the most information about the courier that ultimately led us to getting bin Laden, never mentioned the courier in 183 times being waterboarded. Two of the 3 people who know firsthand about the courier and how close the courier was to bin Laden didn't mention him in all the torture sessions, and one did.
Surprising.
So, and the fact is, they might have mentioned him if we hadn't tortured him. Maybe they would have mentioned it.
And they never
Maybe we would have gotten bin Laden 7 years ago. Well, we wouldn't have because Bush was president.
And the best information we got about the courier of bin Laden was during non-coercive interrogations. Look, I've told this story before. It's an amazing one. We played ping pong with the Nazis that we captured. We took them to steak dinners. Why? Because we liked the Nazis? We thought they were lovely people? They were moral people? No, because they played good cop, bad cop, and the bad cop wasn't nearly as bad as what we got today. And then they would come, because why? Because it works. And guess what happened? Those Nazis we captured, they trusted and befriended the guys they were playing ping pong with, and they gave up excellent information that wound up helping us win the war.
Yeah.
So we know how to do this right.
Also, they weren't communists.
So, and not only is it ineffective, and look, on the immoral argument, I know, oh, they're the bad guys, but then if we torture them, who are we?